MotoUSA headed to Colorado for the 93rd running of the Pike Peak International Hill Climb, where brave racers attack 156 turns over 12.42 miles on their way to the finish line more than 14,000 feet above sea level. The race to the clouds is a week-long affair, complete with 4 days of midweek practice and qualifying to follow, followed by a rest day Saturday before the main event on Sunday. Bike classes range from vintage to modified electric. But for this year's event, we shadowed heavyweight contender Jeffrey Tigert, from his final day of practice through to the podium ceremonies. Tigert's weapon of choice was a near-stock 2014 Honda CBR 1000 RR, and it had already paid dividends.
My name's Jeffrey Tigert, number 91. Been racing since 1999, was my first novice year. Progressed through the lightweight ranks to the 600s to the 1000s, and won my first number one plate in 2003 with the AFM in Northern California. This about the same time I got a great offer to work for Honda and decided that this was a good career path for me. So kind of chose to focus on the career for the next few years, but was very blessed to have them support me and giving me a lot of opportunities to race. Not all full time, but on and off over the last 12 years since I've been working there. So it's been a very great relationship.
The final qualifying session Friday started early, and there was worry that the weather wouldn't cooperate. After taking stock of conditions in a warm-up run, Tigert decided to push harder than planned on his first qualifying run, logging a time nearly 8 seconds ahead of his closest competition. For the second session, with the sun poking through the clouds, he decided to push even more. Pikes Peak is a game of inches, however, and Tigert miscalculated a turn-in point, causing him to touch the paint on the apex of a tight turn and go down.
I was on the ground before I knew it, and sliding across and sliding over the edge. It was a pretty scary moment. I was just wondering what's on the other side of this hill, what am I going to hit? I was digging my hands in, as funny as that sounds, just trying to keep myself from sliding down any farther. Watched my bike kind of go upside down. But luckily, by the grace of something out there, I was able to get up and walk away. I ran up the hill and let the officials know, hey, I'm okay. Let everybody know, the officials, because it's real tough when you're one of the crew that are out there for us. All you see is a split time at the beginning, and then you don't see a time for me. So they were worried what could have happened, how severe it is. So I was really concentrated on making sure that the word got back that I was up and okay. And the bike was, it was upside down against a log, and that log actually saved our weekend.
After a tow back to the pit area, Tigert's crew breathed a sigh of relief and took stock of the damage. Tigert only had a hotel parking lot shakedown of the repaired machine before the race on Sunday. Conditions were as close to ideal as they'd been all week, and Tigert was focused and confident when he left the line. Everybody held their breath as they waited for the sector times to display on the timing screen. With the memory of Friday's crash still fresh, Tigert's crew and supporters were more anxious than ever. His times kept coming, and each sector showed him maintaining a highly competitive pace. When he made the finish line, Tigert had claimed the top spot.
You only got one shot at this thing, so I took it a little bit ginger in some areas and attacked in other areas. The bottom section was really good for me again. I got to the middle and I had a couple slides, which I think were just due to the stuff on the ground. I don't think it had anything to do with any of the tires. And so I got my momentum going in the middle section, and then up top I just kind of conserved. My split time was about equal with one of the other competitors, but it was just kind of survival at that moment. I crossed the line and really had no idea what was my time. I had no idea where I was placed. There was a couple other guys still coming up. So we got to the timing and scoring, and everyone's kind of like, hey, congratulations. So, I looked at the time at a 10:02, and I really, at that point, I thought, like, man, I wish I could have just got a little another chance to go drop a couple seconds in a few corners that I'd made some mistakes on and was being a little conservative on. I think we could have pulled a high 9 fairly easily, but, all in all, I'm safe. I'm going home. I think we're going to hoist the trophy for overall here in a few more minutes, and that's great. I mean, I'm really proud of all the team that's been helping me. I couldn't have done it without the Honda R&D and American Honda team helping me out this whole week. We built a bike, we crashed a bike, we put it back together, and then we won. So I mean, it's kind of a Cinderella story, and couldn't have done it without all the help of my sponsors and all the people here from Honda to help me out. So appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
A victory celebration was delayed until Tigert could get back down the hill, after all the competitors in both the 2- and 4-wheel classes had finished. Nearly 7 hours after leaving the starting line, Tigert rolled through the pit area with the checkered flag, eager to get to the podium ceremony for the official confirmation of his finishing position.
And your winner, with with a time of 10:02.735, Jeff Tigert.